Have you ever been afraid of something and not really had a good reason as to why? Sometimes it's more than just fear. It's terrified, it's anxious, it's avoidant. It's certain that something was dangerous. And yet, if you ask what caused that danger, you wouldn't even know. Today, I want to talk to you about something I call OPF, other people's fears. Because sometimes anxiety isn't coming from your own experiences. Sometimes it's borrowed. Imagine a child who sees a mouse for the first time. Children aren't naturally fearful of the mouse. They're inquisitive. They crouch down, they smile, they want to see where it goes. And then mom comes into the room and she screams and jumps on a chair and says, "Get it away from me, ah!" Child has learned, not from the mouse, but from the mom, that mice are dangerous. The child might grow up feeling anxious around mice and never having had a bad experience with one. Now let's go to a thunderstorm. Lightning flashes, thunder rumbles. The child runs to the window. They're fascinated, right? Then dad rushes over, pulls him away from the window. His dad's voice is tense, his body is tense, his face is tense. The child learns another lesson. Storms are scary. Again, the fear might not be coming from the storm itself, but from absorbing somebody else's reaction. Let's look at one more example that's near and dear to my heart as the owner of big dogs. Let's imagine the child sees a big dog and walks towards it, and the dog's body language is all saying good things. The tail is wagging, he's comfortable, he's calm, and the child goes to pet him, and all of a sudden grandma grabs the kid, yanks him away, and says, "No, dogs can bite." Immediately, the nervous system registers that warning. The dog might have been completely safe, but now the child has a fear. But the fear gets stored anyway. What's fascinating is the nervous system doesn't differentiate between something that's real and some direct experience and something that's observed experience, like the reactions of the parents or grandparents. If somebody reacts intensely, our brain registers that and says, if they're afraid, I should be afraid too. And it's actually a survival mechanism. Imagine early humans. If one member of the tribe saw something dangerous and everyone ignored him, the tribe might not have survived. So we evolved to pay attention to fear. And the problem is that fear gets passed around more easily than wisdom does. Someone can hand you fear in a fraction of a second, and you may carry it for decades. This is one reason that fear feels so confusing. You may be carrying fears that don't belong to you. You may be protecting yourself from dangers that were never even dangerous. So, how are we to know whether a fear is actually yours? Start with a simple question. What happened to me? Not what happened to your parents, your grandparents, your babysitter, your friend, your spouse. What happened to you? Let's go back to the dog. Were you actually bitten? Or were you told that dogs are dangerous? Go back to the storm. Has a storm actually harmed you? They can. Or did you inherit somebody else's fear? Go back to the mouse. Did that mouse ever hurt you? Or did you borrow the reaction from somebody around you? Once you've identified a possible borrowed fear, try this exercise. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Imagine holding fear in your hands. Look at it. Ask yourself, who does this belong to? You may immediately think of a parent or grandparent or somebody, a teacher. You may remember a specific moment. Then say, thank you for protecting me, but this fear is not mine to carry. Take a slow breath. Imagine handing it back. Not with anger, not with blame, just clarity. You don't have to carry every fear that wasn't yours. You can appreciate where it came from without keeping it. Now, this doesn't mean that every fear is borrowed. Some fears are based on real experience. Some fears contain useful information. When fear belongs to you and contains useful information, listen to it. When fear belongs to someone else and may have been living rent-free in your nervous system for years, it may be time to let it go. So this week, pay attention. When anxiety shows up, ask, did I learn this from my own experience? Or did I borrow it from someone else? The answer might surprise you. And sometimes healing begins the moment you realize that the fear was never yours to begin with, that you've been carrying it for someone else. Let it go.